Right, I'm wanting to talk today about input and output calorifically. I've had a lot of people contact me about, my transformation, if you like, um, and like, how have you managed to do it? I've tried eating clean, I've tried this diet, I've tried that diet, I've tried X, Y, and Z, and none of it works for me. You, without sounding like a cunt, you obviously haven't done it properly. Otherwise, it would have worked. All, regardless of your diet, regardless whether it's keto, carnivore, Atkins, fucking a soup diet, juice plus, fucking what's that shite, Herbalife, whatever mad fad diet you've done, they all have a key ingredient together, and that is they create a calorific deficit, which is how you lose weight. You have input and you have output. If your input is massively higher than your output, you gain weight. If your output is higher than your input, you lose weight. And that's it's as simple as it is. It's a numbers game. When you can work out what your maintenance calories are, which is what your body uses just to be here, just to exist. There is a calorific number that your body uses every day just to survive. And that can be worked out pretty easily based on your height and weight and so on and so forward. Macro calculators are pretty good for that. And then you can work it from there. Now, if for let's just pick a number. We're just spitballing here. Say my maintenance is 4,000 a day, and I want to lose weight. I just start bringing it down. We'll start baseline at maintenance, and we'll just start pulling it down. And then instead of constantly pulling food out, you start increasing the output. You start doing steps. You start doing cardio. You start going to the gym, whatever you do. And then as time goes on, you can increase this or you can decrease this. And you can get to a point where, yeah, you are getting hungrier, so you don't want to take food out. So you just, you know, you instead of doing 8,000 steps, you do 10, 12, 15, 20, whatever. You start doing fasted cardio twice a day, whatever it is that you need to do to create the deficit and keep it moving. Because obviously you don't go, oh, I want to lose weight. My maintenance is 4,000. I'm going to start eating 1,500 because then you've nowhere to go. Do you know what I mean? You've no wiggle room because you've just completely shock factored your body and essentially fucked it for the get go. Yes, you will lose weight, but you've nowhere to go from that point other than I'm just going to start eating dust and air. Do you know what I mean? You can't do that. You need wiggle room. And when you have the output and the input, you have two variables which you can play with, and it's kind of as simple as that. Input v output, and when you combine the two together, you will lose weight or you will gain weight. If you're obviously looking to build muscle, but most of the questions of me came at me from a weight loss standpoint, and that is where, like right now, not on hot. Obviously, I've been doing extra cardio because I'm eating off plan, and I want to do the least amount of damage possible to the hard work we've been putting in. So daily for me, at the minute where we're at with my cut training days, I am on 2,084 calories, 30 minutes of fasted cardio a day, 12,500 steps, I believe. I could be lying, but I'm pretty sure that's where we're at. And then obviously I train in the gym 5 times a week, pull, push, legs, and that I'm meant to do train off, train off, train off. But depending on work scheduling and if I need to draw, sometimes I'll maybe do push, pull, off, legs off, push, pull, and I'll move the days off the gym to suit my schedule. And as long as I get the recovery and I don't feel it impacts too much on how I go about doing that. And that will change. That may come down a little bit. The food may come down slightly and the expenditure may go up again before my operation, especially if I've gained a bit on holiday, which is probably more likely than not. So we'll have a couple of weeks to try and rectify that. And then we'll go into a recovery phase, and then there might be a little bit of fat loss again before we start the bulk. We'll see. But it's a numbers game. That's all it is. Math. In and out. That is it. And if you are, I'm doing my diet and it's not working, you're not doing it properly, you're making an arse of it somewhere, because if you are in a calorie deficit, you will lose weight. You will. It's literally, and if you aren't losing weight, you're not in a calorie deficit, or you're having calories in areas that you're not aware of. You might be tracking your food, but you're not tracking the 4 litres of fizzy juice you're drinking. There's calories come from a lot of different places, not just the physical food. People are drinking all sorts of shit through the day, like a fucking these frappe latte fucking Starbucks things. There's about 400-500 calories in that. So if you're one of these people like, oh, I'm in a deficit but I'm not losing weight, but you're soaking back 1,500 calories in iced frappuccino caramel things, that could be one of the reasons why you're not losing weight. Because although yes, you're doing the food side of things, you're wiping it out with your fancy little preppy coffees. So be mindful about where your calories are coming from, and remember, it is just a numbers game. Input v output, and that is what will decide whether you gain or you lose.